Alright, you troll Yu-Gi-Oh players, you can get excited for the new Vidroll Skull troll deck, where you're basically going to be crashing your monster into your opponent, and your monster won't die, but your opponent will take all of the battle damage. Surprisingly, it's actually not that bad to pull off, because the Speedroids have a lot of good cards at their arsenal, and once the Vidroll Skull card comes out, I'll show you guys what it actually does. We covered it yesterday. It was a new card that just got announced, and people are already abusing it, and it's pretty easy to pull off, especially when you combine it with Dark Sanctuary. It can get very annoying for your opponent, so if you really like making your opponent upset and like want to flip up the table, this is the deck for you to mess around with. I don't know if it's going to be super meta, but I think it still has a decent chance just because you have a lot of searching in Speedroids already, and then on top of that you have Speed Recovery, which is special summons one, and in addition to that you can banish this card from your graveyard and target a Speedroid monster from your graveyard and add it back to your hand, and its summoning condition is actually pretty easy. So here's the new card, guys. Speedroid Vidroll Skull. So during either player's standby phase, if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, and this card is in your hand, you can just special summon. It can't be destroyed by battle with a normal summon or set monster, but your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from attacks involving this card. You can only use the effect of it once per turn. If you control a piece of monster that is not a Speedroid monster, destroy this card. So pretty much the whole deck wants to revolve just around this card itself. Plus he has a decent amount of defense points. He has 3,000 defense, so you can go ahead and defense up, and at the right moment you basically just force your opponent to take a bunch of damage. So he's going to go ahead and attack into this. He goes ahead and flips tails over here, and pretty good. And he's just going to go ahead and attack, and his opponent's going to take all of that damage, and on top of that his monster is there to just go ahead and attack again. His opponent over here, he's got a lot of small little monsters, but it doesn't really matter. He's just going to be forced to take all of the damage from the Vidroll Skull's effect. So he's putting everything in defense position, and look at this, like this guy has a board, and he's just going to be like, oh, I don't care if you're in defense position, you have a bunch of defense, I can just crash into you and make you take all the damage. And then on top of that you have Dark Sanctuary, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have already messed around with that. But there's a lot of other things that I think are funny. Coming out into the game, BES, which is a deck that a lot of people were afraid of because it basically is a boss monster deck where all of the monsters have the effect where you can't target them, can't destroy them. Most of them have the effect where they can't be destroyed by battle, but you're just going to go ahead and activate Boss Rush and then just summon a BES monster, summoning Big Core MK3. So you place a bunch of counters on it, and then at the end of the damage step, it has to remove a counter. Pretty much that's relevant in all their effects. But for the most part, they're just big beaters, and when you have the field spell, it makes the deck very strong. Basically, they can't get rid of your big boss monsters via just trying to attack them or by a card effect. Like, it becomes very annoying for a lot of decks to deal with the BES. Even Utopia will have a tough time, because even though Utopia will have a lot of attack, most of them have the effect where they can't be destroyed by battle. We see second coin toss over here being real cheeky with a dank Sanctuary over here, going to force his opponent to take the damage over here. And what's interesting, there's an old card called Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice, and this card can be actually pretty useful against a lot of different things when you combine it with Vidroll Skull over here, because you're going to be able to attack multiple times with Vidroll Skull. It's really simple, self-explanatory, but surprisingly in Speedroids you can actually search off this card. Anyways, we see Terraforming, and there is the field spell Great Fortress Zelos over here. So as soon as it's activated, you get to add a Boss Rush from your deck to your hand. All the BES gain a boost of 500 attack and defense, and your opponent can't target them with card effects. Also, those cards can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and again, they already have that effect where they can't be destroyed by battle. So pretty much, all of these monsters are just like, you can't touch me. But he doesn't care, because he's going to equip the Twin Swords of Flashing Light Trice. He's going to equip Safe Zone to the Vidroll Skull. He's going to activate Mirror Force, but it doesn't matter. We got that Safe Zone to protect it anyways. And he's just going to crash. And his opponent is like, dude, I got 3 monsters. It can't be targeted, can't be destroyed by card effect, can't be destroyed by battle. What do you do? And it's just trolls you, man. I love seeing these kind of cheesy decks over here, because I know some players, you guys don't like the meta, you just want to troll. This, like I said, is an excellent deck for you guys. We see an old school classic game-winning card, a Magic Cylinder. This card has won me so many games back in the Tag Force days. Man, this card was so good, and even like I think the Eternal Duelist Soul, that was also so strong. Magic Cylinder, definitely a really cheeky card to game your opponent with. Anyways, he's going to go ahead and activate Dante's effect, send some cards to the graveyard, but Dante still has at 2,500 defense, so he can just go ahead and attack into Dante, and he's just going to go ahead and take a bunch of damage. he makes the Phantom Knight Sword break, and then he's activating Bewildering Wind over here. Target one piece of special summon monster on the field, its effects are negated, also half its original attack. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage check, you can set this card but banish it when it leaves the field. So that's a really good card. Extra access to negating stuff is pretty good in the game. He's going to go ahead and attack for a bunch of damage over here, but he's got that magic cylinder. Wow, get pranked, son. Then all of the Dantes go in defense mode. Then he's going to go ahead and activate Speed Recovery, bring him back the Vidroll Skull, summoning the Red-Eyed Dice. He's going to change its level. Then Phantom Knight's Lost Embrace is activated. But he's going to be able to make the Clear Wing Fast Dragon, and then he's going to go ahead and attack into that, and he's going to go ahead and pass it off. He's got another Bewildering Wind and Follow Wind for defense over here. Another Bewildering Wind activated, so he's going to go ahead and negate its attack and also reduce it, and he's going to go ahead and have another Bewildering One, and he's going to go ahead and add that card back to his hand, and then he's going to go ahead and special summon the Trap Monster over here, maybe going for some Exceed plays, potentially. Oh, he's just going to go ahead and summon the multiple. Oh, he's going for Break Sword immediately, Bewildering Wind activated, and he's just like, dude, you win. So, I mean, he still was able to make Clear Wing Fast Dragon, which is kind of a cool card, and speaking of cool cards, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie is actually coming out pretty soon. Nonetheless, we have the Duja over here from the new movie. I don't know if this deck is super strong. It can be annoying sometimes when they open up really good, but, you know, so can every deck, right? But nonetheless, we see multiple backrow. We got the Magic Cylinder classic card, Bewildering Wind set up there, and we got Dimension Guardian. So you activate this card by targeting face-up, attack with a monster you control. It can't be destroyed by battle by card effects. If the target monster leaves the field, destroy this card. So a lot of stuff just kind of protects you. And I was thinking like a really other good card to run in this deck would be Effect Failure. Something that would normally like get rid of this Castell. Whatever things would get rid of this card, you just negate that, and then you just crash into the Castell. Make them take the 2,000 points of damage. Castell's kind of useless without the material. He's going to go ahead and summon Duja. But so many decks, like, they don't have direct answers to this card. So you see he's going for that Castell over there. But Bewildering Wind, there to save the day. You know, Breakthrough Seal can also be an excellent card if you guys want to use that also. But yeah, you can definitely make good use of Bewildering Wind. You know, once again, and we have Mist Body, so it cannot be destroyed by battle. Old school card over here, and he's going to go ahead and just attack multiple times. Crash! That was a flawless victory, guys, with just a 0 attack monster. Like I said, very cheesy stuff indeed. We got that Dino Myth deck over here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are excited about the new dinosaur support that just got announced. That Tyrannosaurus guy, he's just there to flip everything face down. Maybe just OTK your opponent potentially. You know, it does do like effect damage before it even attacks, so that's pretty good. But we get to see a Dino Mist over here, kind of going for a slower play. Didn't want to special summon multiple cards, I guess. He's afraid of them back rows, but he's got that limit removal. He's going to go ahead and go for the number 37 Hope Woven Dragon Spider Shark. Wow, is that the actual name for this card? I always call it number 37. I never read the full name. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and Mist Body, equip Twin Swords of Flashing Light, and he's just going to go ahead and just attack his opponent, and he just loses. Another flawless victory. And like I said, I know you troll players will be super excited to mess around with this deck, because it's fun to see your opponent be like, oh my gosh, I have all these cards, I can't, and then they complain about, like, you know, that's a dumb win, even though they play in meta. I know Light Sword is actually kind of meta. I mean, let's be honest, like, it did win, you know, several events. You gotta have Minerva, but, you know, some people say Minerva pay to win confirmed. Let's see, how many copies of Minerva does this guy run in here? Oh, he's only one, okay. I see sometimes people are a triple Minerva, it's like, dang, dude, you can buy a card with that. Anyways, he's gonna go ahead and summon multiple copies of some Light Sword. I'm gonna go for the Minerva, pretty good card over here. He's got the Trick Clown out on board. Dark Sanctuary activated. Oh, dang, it didn't get through. This card is so annoying sometimes. You know, you get wrecked by the Dark Sanctuary. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and summon Speedroid, Vidroll Skull. He's going to go ahead and equip it with Safe Zone, and he's just going to go ahead and attack, and can be quite annoying. Although I do want to say Lightsworn, I mean, Judgment Dragon is very powerful. Obviously, he just gets rid of everything. He's going to go ahead and activate another one. Now he's going to go ahead and go for a Wolf Lightsworn Beast. A good play. Oh, dang, he's going to go ahead and activate the Dimension Barrier over here, so it's going to limit his opponent potentially doing other things. But anyways, he gets a tails on that, so rip him. Judgment Dragon is there to go and blow up everything. Pop up, you activated in main phase 2 Rhoda to search out the Goblinberg, and he's gonna go ahead and let's see what he gets. Oh, he's got the Terraforming, he's got the Dank Sanctuary, Speedroid Recovery activated. He's gonna summon another Vidroll Skull. Shiroyuki activated to go ahead and flip that card face down, Speedroid Recovery, bringing back another one, and he wrecks his opponent with it. That was awesome, man. I love seeing these kind of crazy, innovative things. That was almost a flawless. You took 800 points of damage, which is like the first turn, but it was almost a flawless victory, guys. Vidroll Skull, definitely a troll player's favorite new card. I could see a lot of people running this for the next couple of days. Enjoy it while it lasts. I don't think it'll get nerfed because it is kind of vulnerable to certain things, but sometimes you keep on negating those things with the bewildering and like effect veilers. You can kind of wreck your opponents, and I'm sure they'll be salty if they lose against this. But anyways, thank you Tsubasa for sending in those replays. Awesome stuff indeed. But thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys get a like button, a titty slap, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos.